this MMORPG makes it all the way from Korea in mint condition. Hopefully with the revamped combat that Aria Games said the developers were working on. Yeah, Russian players are already enjoying it, so we're a bit jealous about the extra time that it's taken for it to come to North America and Europe. Oh, and for you two who don't know what Bless Online is, it's a visually stunning MMORPG with somewhat classic, tried and tested gameplay, but it includes some impressive architecture inspired by medieval Europe that has yet to be seen. If you didn't like Blade and Soul and other fantasy martial arts MMOs, then Revelation won't change your mind. It's pretty much inspired by what came before, and while it's fast and flashy, it's not groundbreaking or a game that will stick with you for years and years. But that being said, it's certainly one of the big profile releases of recent years for fans of MMOs. And with its detailed customization options, no gender lock classes thankfully, seamless world, permanent flight, and some crazy mounts, including one that can carry 50 players simultaneously, apparently. Yeah, there's a lot to enjoy. Revelation Online and Blade and Soul will certainly be two of the best MMORPGs of its genre during 2017, but when Moonlight Blade launches in the West, as it was already confirmed, competition will surely heat up. What else can we say about Sarah that we haven't already said over the last couple years? It still remains as one of the prime examples of action combat in MMORPGs, and while it was released in 2011, it still sees updates in a frequency that would turn even the latest big games jealous. New dungeons, characters, zone revamps, events, and much more keep veteran players busy and new players petrified in the face of an incredible amount of content. In that combat, there's something addictive about it, with the fast reactions and dodges and the emphasis on teamwork to take down those big-ass monsters. Arcage is this, Arcage is that. Yes, Arcage is a lot of things, some of them bad. But all the parts contribute to make a great package overall. Definitely one of the best sandbox MMOs around. There's so much to explore, to see, and do, and you can build your house, go straight to jail, sail across the huge ocean, and craft so many things and enjoy the fairly competent combat. Yeah, there's just so much depth that it can kind of drive you crazy a little bit. Sure, there's the eternal discussion of it being pay to win, but to us, Arcade is just one of those pay to advance faster kind of games, and eventually we'll always stumble across some overpowered players in any game, either because they paid for it or not. Otherwise, they had too much free time on their hands. You can definitely play and enjoy Arcade to max level without paying for a thing, but don't forget to support the good games. Yeah, and if you can play with a few friends, the experience will be even better. The Arcade 3.0 experience added even more content to the game and improved what was already a great MMORPG. Blade and Soul is a great fantasy martial arts epic, and each time we stress this out, we need to remember ourselves that NCSoft delayed the Western release of this game for at least 2 or 3 years? Yeah. No, it's like the studio doesn't want any money from North America or Europe players. So yeah. Anyways, Blade and Soul shines because of its amazing, original, and sometimes very provocative art style, but also because it's got a decent story to go through. Something that not many MMORPGs are able to brag about. And PvP, not bad either. It's actually a lot of fun for once, and there's a lot of skill at play, and it's not just mashing abilities either. So, is Path of Exile an MMO or not? Honestly, no. It's more of an online action RPG that's played online, on persistent servers with thousands of other players, but due to the focus on instances and the limiting player numbers in one area, the term doesn't exactly apply. No matter what, Path of Exile's gameplay and style fits nicely along other games of similar genres such as, Marvel Heroes or Lost Ark, and we wouldn't make an MMO list without including it just because of some technicalities, and also because it's a damn fine game. One of the best free-to-play games for several years already, and with one of the fairest uses of the business model ever, and a ton of content to play. And the experience is gonna get even better when the Fall of Oriath expansion launches in summer 2017. Ditching the do it again style of the campaign, instead going for a straightforward 10-act campaign. Yeah, you owe it yourself to play Path of Exile if you've ever heard of the word Diablo in your life. Guild Wars 2 is right now the best experience you can get from a free MMORPG overall. It's a hugely entertaining MMO with a lot to explore. It's an extremely appealing game without throwing a lot of weird or new systems at your face. And it feels like what you're exploring is actually a living, breathing world, and not just a bunch of placeholders for you to hang around. You move around and things are happening. You take part. You see the consequences. Classes are versatile and combat is engaging and fun. You'll spend months playing Guild Wars 2, and by this, we're just talking about the free core experience, as the expansions, just one for now, Heart of Thorns, have to be purchased, but we'll be damned if this isn't the least you could do to continue enjoying the experience that is Guild Wars 2. As you may have guessed already, creating such a top is far from being an easy task, so we'll have to leave some suggestions at the end. Okay, so you could try DC Universe Online if you're a fan of superheroes, or if you really like sci-fi, you could try Star Wars The Old Republic, an MMO with a good storyline, but beware, there are some heavy limitations. EVE Online now includes a free mode, but locks you out of a lot of stuff too, so you should know that before you jump into your ship. Then there are the old but good Rift, also one with paid expansions, and Ion, and Neverwinter for Dungeons & Dragons fans, which isn't perfect, but it's entertaining. And we'll round this up with Black Desert Online, an awesome MMORPG, which isn't free, but there's a 7-day trial right now, and at $5 or $10 without monthly subscriptions, it's almost a steal, and it is free in other territories. Now let us know what games you would add to the top 10 and which ones you would remove because reasons. Either way, have fun, and until next time.